What is up, everybody? John McLean with FPS Holsters and FPS Outdoors, and today I took the IWI Masada Slim Elite out for a full range session. 500 rounds total, straight out of the box. No lube, no mods, not even a drop of oil. I wanted to see how this thing runs in its rawest form, and honestly, it impressed me. I started off with 450 rounds just to get a feel for the gun, drawing from a holster, transitioning targets, reloads, shooting on the move. Then I wrapped it all up with a USPSA style 50 round course of fire. I basically wanted to see how it would hold up, under the pressures of competition, but even though it's a concealed carry gun, right? Now, let's break it down. Here's what I liked right off of the bat. The first thing is the full grip. I can get all my fingers on this frame with no pinky dangling off the bottom. And I mean, this helps to avoid distractions if you're losing your grip through rapid fire, helps you control recoil. I don't like it when I can't get all my fingers on it. However, the grip's not so big that it's hard to conceal, okay? Comes with the 13 and the 17 round magazines. I mean, that's 30 rounds ready to roll right off the bat. And that's pretty impressive for a gun of this size with only 2 magazines. All right. The built-in magwell on the bottom of the grip makes reloads a little bit faster, a little bit smoother. Kind of helps you, under stressful conditions, get that magazine inserted. As far as the recoil, for it being such a small gun, actually wasn't overly excessive. And the last thing I'll point out is the trigger. I mean, it was light enough that you could be precise with it, but it wasn't so light that, like, I wouldn't want to carry this all day long as a EDC, okay? Of course, not all sunshines and sub-second draws. There were a few things I wasn't a huge fan of, and those things are like, for someone that wears medium-sized gloves, whether or not they're like tactical gloves or EMS gloves, whatever, this beaver tail still feels like it's a little deep. It really cuts into the space for my support hand to get onto the grip. And I noticed it when I was running the gun like a crackhead running from the canine. Okay. However, I would be curious to know what someone with smaller hands would feel about this gun. So let me know in the comments if you're someone that has smaller hands. And I think I'm going to have to get Kelly out there one day to see how she likes it, if she thinks that cut is too deep for her hands, which are a little smaller than mine. The rear sight. They've got these 2 dots milled in the rear sight, and like I would have much rather had just a plain serrated rear. Cleaner sights would make for a less distracting sight picture. Might just be personal preference. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the 3-dot sights or anything like that. And all my competition guns, I run like a big, wide, serrated rear sight, right? So, like, take that with a grain of salt. That might just be a personal preference thing for me. Now, as far as the numbers go, for those of you that like to keep track, I ran a 8 USPSA style stage setup using 1 USPSA target, very minimalist. And this is kind of what it looked like.
Stage 1 starts at 7 yards. You draw and fire 6 rounds as fast as you can while keeping them in the A zone. My time on this drill was 2:76. Stage 2 is at 7 yards. You draw, fire 3 rounds, perform a tactical reload, and fire 3 more rounds. My time on this stage was a 7.65. Stage 3 is distanced to 10 yards. You will draw and fire 2 shots strong hand only, and then switch to your weak hand and fire 2 more. My time on this drill was 5.34. Stage 4 was starting at 10 yards, draw and fire 2 shots, move 5 yards laterally to a marked box, fire 2 shots, and move back 5 yards and fire 2 more shots. Total time of 8.22. Next drill starts at 15 yards. You draw, fire 2 rounds, and then advance to the 10-yard line, performing an emergency slide lock reload, and fire 4 rounds. This time was 5.36. Starting at the 10-yard line, draw and fire 2 shots. Move back to the 15-yard line, fire 2 shots, and then move back to the 20-yard line and fire your final 2 shots. My time on this stage was 8.94. From here, we are going to start at the 10-yard mark. We're going to draw, fire 5 rounds, perform an emergency reload, and fire 5 more rounds. My time on this stage was 6.17. And the final string is at 25 yards. You will draw and fire 2 shots and repeat this 3 times. My times for each of these runs was a 2.13 for the first one, a 2.04 for the second run, and 2.03 on the final run.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 Charlies, and the rest are alphas. That one's on the line, so it counts as an alpha. Now I ended up with 15 Charlie hits and the rest were alphas. So that results in 220 out of 250 possible points. The total time for all those stages ended up being 50.64 seconds. Now when we take the time and divide it into the points, we get what's called a hit factor, and that's how we score in competition. So 50.64 divided into 220 gives me a hit factor of 4.3443, which is not bad at all for a bone stock carry size pistol, in my opinion. So bottom line, 500 rounds, 0 issues, 0 malfunctions, not even a hiccup. That's pretty solid reliability straight out of the box. And I would say that the Masada Slim Elite is a very good EDC option. So, you know, get yourself a holster and some mag pouches from FPS Holsters, and it's range ready and pretty fun to shoot. So if you're thinking about carrying something slim but capable, then give this one a hard look. IWI definitely, I think, brought their A game with the Masada Slim Elite. So thank you so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe for more prize gun reviews. Also, keep an eye out for a follow-up on this gun. Like I said, I think I'm going to take Kelly out and try and get like a female's perspective on this gun as a carry option. So fellas, you know, I'm going to help you Christmas shop for your lady. But until next time, if you're going to miss, at least look good doing it with FPS holsters. I'm out.